Are you looking for the best virtual mailbox services for Shopify? If yes, this is the review you want to pay attention to. Number 10, you have USA to Me. Our score, 8.1 over 10. So when you think about USA to Me, think about a virtual mailbox service for Shopify that actually has a physical shipping address that you can use to receive your mail and packages through Shopify. And the cool thing about USA to Me is that they have their mailbox service is pretty simple to use. So in terms of UX and UI, you have a great service. You actually start by signing up for the service, and USA to Me will provide you with a physical address in the US. You can then use this physical mailing address to receive your Shopify related services, your Shopify related packages, and mail. And the cool thing about USA to Me is that you have multiple addresses in the United States. They can receive mail and packages on your behalf. And you can also use USA to Me as your personal shopper for if you want to purchase products from US based online stores, but you can't receive them directly. So this is kind of cool. And in terms of pricing, very affordable pricing as well. You have a basic pricing, you have a standard pricing, you have a premium pricing, and you have ultimate pricing if you want to have the whole 9 yards in terms of Shopify related virtual mailbox services. So this is really cool. Number 9, you have a virtual Postmail. Our score, 8.5 over 10. So when you think about virtual Postmail, I want you to think about a virtual mailbox service for Shopify that gives you a permanent street address to use as your online postal mailbox. And on top of that, you get any package sent to this address, not a problem. Any package and any mail that relates to your Shopify store. So virtual Postmail makes it easy for anyone to receive your goods and services delivered to you anywhere. That is actually great when it comes to, so if you are an expat outside the US and you can't get your products from US retailers, or let's say you order stuff for your Shopify store and you can't really get it, basically virtual Postmail will take care of it, not a problem. Okay, so this is really good. They offer unlimited digital storage and free 60-day physical mail storage. So this is really fantastic. In terms of pricing, they're pretty affordable too. You are looking at $20 per month on average. They have mailbox address. They also have leased addresses. By the way, boss, welcome back to the show. It's really a pleasure to have you here. Make yourself comfortable. You are going to enjoy today's conversation. Number 8, you have Postscan Mail. Our score, 8.7 over 10. So when you think about Postscan Mail, think about a top virtual mailbox service for Shopify stores, and Shopify sellers. And it's one of the best virtual mailboxes that allows you to view and manage your postal mail online. And email and push notifications are sent instantaneously, so you'll never miss a vital mail delivery again. What we love about their Shopify related services that they integrate very well with your Shopify store. So this is really great. And this allows you to view your mail online from anywhere and choose whether to have it open, scanned, forwarded, or shredded. So this is kind of cool. In terms of the pricing is really decent also. They have 3 plans. They have starter, standard, and premium. So for the starter, they are charging you $10 per month. For standard, they have $20 per month. And for the premium, $30 per month. One thing I need to say here is that the pricing also depends on the volume of mail and packages that your Shopify store actually handles every single month. Number 7, you have a physical address. Our score, 8.8 over 10. So when you think about physical address, think about a cloud-based virtual mailbox and virtual mailing address service provider. So, and they work really well for Shopify stores and Shopify sellers all across the globe. And you can access your mail and packages across your computer, mobile, and tablet devices. So we're talking about for your packages, they will scan and they will actually send it to you digitally, and you can choose what they should do with it. Okay. In addition, physical address provides iOS and Android apps. So if you happen to be one of those folks, one of those Shopify sellers who conducts their business entirely or exclusively from their mobile devices, you will love this iOS and Android apps. This is really great. And one thing I want to say here is that in terms of pricing, physical address is really affordable. You're talking about they have a plan 30, a plan 50, a plan 100, and a plan 200. Plan 30 means they will actually scan 30 pieces of mail every single month. Okay. And so they'll charge you $8 per month. So this is pretty good, pretty affordable. By the way, boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We are having a conversation about the best virtual mailbox services for Shopify. Number 6, you have Alliance Virtual Offices, our score. 9 over 10. When you think about Alliance Virtual Offices, I want you to think about a virtual mailbox service for Shopify. That's really great. They integrate with your Shopify store. Not a problem. If you have other ancillary services you want them to integrate to, they can do that too. And they have actually addresses in prime locations across the globe. You're talking about the US, Mexico, the UAE, Netherlands, and UK. And so Alliance provides recognized virtual business addresses, mail handling, mail forwarding, office space, meeting room space, live receptionist services, business phone numbers, and a virtual phone system. And basically, Alliance Virtual Offices understands e-commerce pretty well. They understand the needs and requirements of a Shopify store. So they actually have created a service that caters to those Shopify store sellers. In terms of pricing, pretty wonderful. You're talking about they charge you anywhere from $25 to $49 per month. This is really great. Number 5, you have Traveling Mailbox, our score. 9.1 over 10. So when you think about Traveling Mailbox, think about a virtual mailbox service for Shopify sellers that offers postal mail forwarding service and a digital mailbox address that you can use to scan and manage a postal mail online. In addition, this organization, we're talking about Traveling Mailbox, offers various service levels such as incoming envelope, full page scans, and recipients. And we also love the fact that Traveling Mailbox has crafted an offer that responds very well to the needs and the requirements of Shopify sellers in terms of availability, in terms of speed, and in terms of convenience. So this is really great. You can view your mail online from anywhere and choose whether to have it open, scan, forward it, or shred it. This is really cool in terms of convenience. And Traveling Mailbox also allows you to deposit checks that are related to your Shopify stores. Like if you have folks who pay you via checks and they do not pay you electronically, you can use the service also to handle that part of your liquidity also. Fantastic. Number 4, you have Anytime Mailbox, our score. 9.4 over 10. So Anytime Mailbox is one of the world's leading virtual mailbox services, and they actually they have services exclusively for Shopify sellers. So they have an entire service that caters to Shopify sellers, and they offer standard features such as mail scanning, recycling, and shredding, and mail and package forwarding services. This is really great, and the cool thing is that they actually also offer unlimited online and physical storage for 14 to 30 days. So everything related to your Shopify store, they'll take care of that. In addition, some locations have check deposit options. This is really great. So Anytime Mailbox has over 1,400 to 1,500 international locations with real street addresses that you can use to receive mail relating to your Shopify store. They also can receive packages, by the way. So that's not a problem. And they are available, as a matter of fact, in major cities across the U.S. We're talking here about New York, L.A. You also have cities in Florida, Oregon, Texas, Washington State, Georgia, Colorado, Utah, Virginia, and more. So this is kind of cool. Number 3, you have EarthClass Mail, our score. 9.5 over 10. So EarthClass Mail is a great virtual mailbox service for Shopify. And when we talk about the Shopify, we talk about Shopify store, but also fulfillment. So whether you have Shopify by fulfillment or Shopify with the seller, whether you do it yourself or through Shopify, you are going to enjoy EarthClass Mail's virtual mailbox services. Okay, they have locations in 19 U.S. states, including California, Florida, Georgia, Illinois, Colorado, Nevada, New York, New Mexico, North Carolina, Oregon, Texas, and more. So this is really great. And EarthClass Mail integrates checks deposits with QuickBooks online and easily records payments. So this is another great thing that we love. You can also integrate with various other apps and services such as Shopify, Dropbox, Google Drive, and Salesforce. And if the integration is not available, they actually have an API that you can avail yourself of and really get things happen. Not a problem, okay? And so this is really good. By the way, boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We are having a conversation about the best virtual mailbox services for Shopify. Number 2, you have US Global Mail, our score. 9.7 over 10. So US Global Mail is actually a great virtual mailbox service for Shopify and Shopify sellers in general. And the cool thing is that you have thousands of travelers and businesses that use them. Whether you are speaking about digital nomads or e-commerce entrepreneurs, you are basically this service, you will love it. And so they have great reputation. They provide you with a physical address in the US where you can use that physical address for shipping and mailing purposes. Okay. And so this player, US Global Mail, can integrate with other apps and services such as Shopify, Dropbox, WooCommerce, BigCommerce, and Google Drive. And all mail is scanned in a secure facility, and users can require a signature upon delivery. So this is really great in terms of safety, in terms of convenience, in terms of security. This is just fantastic. And the pricing is really good. It's really decent too. You are looking at basic pricing around $14.99, and then they have the premium, which is $29.99. So this is kind of cool. And so they actually offer real addresses in 6 U.S. states: California, Delaware, Florida, Georgia, Texas, and Washington states, in addition to Washington, D.C. So this is kind of cool. Number 1, the best of the best when it comes to the best virtual mailbox service for Shopify, we have iPostal 1, our score. 9.8 over 10. So this is our top virtual mailbox service for Shopify sellers, for WooCommerce sellers, for Amazon sellers, for eBay sellers. And the cool thing is that you have a player that has a lot of features. It has great value. It offers great value, and it's available in all 50 states and in other countries. You're talking about overall 2,500 addresses. This is really good. 2,500 addresses. This is just fantastic. So, we love iPostal 1 because they also have a great customer service. They have speed, they have celerity in the way they do their things. It's just fantastic. And the pricing is kind of decent too. You're looking at green, blue, silver, and gold, and green being the lower tier, and the gold being the higher tier. And the gold will cost you $40 a month or $3.99 per year. Okay, this is kind of cool. All right, let's quickly dig a little deeper here in the overview before we close to this conversation. It's important to understand that when we talk about the best virtual mailbox services for Shopify, you have to really pay attention to what kind of services that you need. But before you think about the kind of service you need, you got to think about the vision you have. And the first question is, what kind of category do you find yourself in? Are you an individual? Are you a Shopify entrepreneur? Are you an e-commerce entrepreneur? How many Shopify stores you have? How many WooCommerce stores you have? Well, how many eBay stores you have? How many BigCommerce stores you have? In other words, how large is your online operation? Okay, if you have a one store, if you are a one-store Shopify seller, the needs and requirements are not the same compared to if you were a multi-Shopify store owner. Okay. Very important. And are you a traveler? Are you a business owner? Are you a digital nomad? Okay. Because when we talk about virtual mailbox service, you need to find exactly what kind of services that you need. Okay. Now, there is a difference though between a PO box and a virtual mailbox. Okay. You have to pick up your mail with a PO box. And as a business owner, you can register your business with a PO box address. And banks do not accept PO box addresses. And in some processes, you can receive packages from third-party couriers like FedEx using a PO box. And some individual government institutions do not accept PO box addresses as your business address in the paperwork. So the bottom line here is that by going with a virtual mailbox, whether it is for your Shopify store or through, whether it is for a Shopify store or other e-commerce ventures, is always better because it adds a layer of credibility. It adds a layer of privacy. It adds a layer of effectiveness, and it adds a layer of regulatory compliance. And the cool thing is a lot of those virtual mailbox services, they also offer registered agent service. Sorry about that. They also offer registered agent services. So this is kind of cool. So you are able to avail yourself of other services. This is really fantastic. Let me give you a few pro tips before we actually continue to this conversation. It's important to understand that if you are looking for a virtual mailbox service for Shopify, you need to really understand that everything like the pricing will depend upon the volume of a mailbox. Not mailbox, but the volume of mail and packages you process through the organization, through this service every single month and every single year. Now, the thing here is that there are some virtual mailbox organizations that charge you by the number of mail piece that they actually open and shred. Some will give you a flat sort of a price, and some will give you a price based on seasonality. You got to really understand your operations first. You got to understand what kind of services that you need. You have to also understand your budget, right? Because the thing is, if you are on a trajectory path that is on the higher end, in other words, if your business is growing, if your Shopify store is actually growing in terms of revenue, you do not want to sign up with a service that scales. That you want to have a service that has a price that scales with your revenue, right? Ideally, you want to have a flat price, and so that if your cost is static and your revenue goes up, you can actually be comfortable in terms of your profit margin. This is just pure economics, okay? But overall, whether you want to get virtual mailbox services for Shopify or WooCommerce or BigCommerce or other online marketplaces or platforms, I just want to say that virtual mailboxes are legal. Yes, they are. They are safe. Okay, so basically, virtual mailboxes are safe because companies with security facilities, with repeatable companies offer them. So this is really good. In addition, these companies have security methods and policies to ensure the safety and privacy of your mail and packages. So when we talk about security here, we're speaking about all kinds of security, actually two levels of security. We have digital security, but also physical security. This is important. And it's important also to have a clear idea that what you need if you have a Shopify store, you do not need a PO box. I just told you earlier the dichotomy between a virtual mailbox and PO box. What you need is a virtual mailbox that has a back office that can really handle your mail for you, not a PO box. A PO box requires more involvement, but if you want to have like a laissez-faire, if you want to have a laissez-faire sort of attitude with your mail management, while trusting, of course, the system, it's just better to go with the virtual mailbox services. And this service is great whether you are a Shopify entrepreneur, a freelancer, a traveler as well. Boss, before we close to this conversation, I want to acquaint you with our virtual mailbox evaluation approach. We have a system on this show when it comes to evaluating, categorizing, and listing the best virtual mailbox services for Shopify. Check this out right now. All right, let's quickly recap to this conversation. So here are the top 10 best virtual mailbox services for Shopify. Number 1, you have iPostal 1. Our score, 9.8 over 10. Number 2, US Global Mail, 9.7 over 10. Number 3, EarthClass Mail, 9.5 over 10. Number 4, Anytime Mailbox, 9.4 over 10. Number 5, Traveling Mailbox, 9.1 over 10. Number 6, you have Alliance Virtual Offices, 9 over 10. Number 7, Physical Address, 8.8 over 10. Number 8, you have Postscan Mail, 8.7 over 10. Number 9, you have Virtual Postmail, 8.5 over 10. Number 10, USA To Me, our score, 8.1 over 10. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll speak to you another time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.